I want to start off this episode by saying I am sorry I've been MIA. It's been a while. I did finish up grad school, and those past 6 weeks were basically I was in class from 9 to 5 every single day, so I had to put this on hold. There was absolutely no way. If I were to be pushing out content for this, it would just be absolutely terrible. And I wouldn't be able to keep up with my schoolwork. For that, I do apologize. But going forward, I will be trying to get out an episode to you guys every week, if not bi-weekly. So if you want to hop on the pod, please contact me. I do have a website, getontheline.net. Feel free to go there, fill out a form, or just DM me. I'll answer. Maybe. No, I will. I'm not really in a place to not answer once a URL. But I do want to start off today by, this is going to be a solo episode if you haven't picked up on that already. I am by myself and in my basement. So, it's summer, right? Summer means travel across is absolutely in full swing. Every parent is away almost every other weekend with their kid. If they're on a travel team, they're most likely have been to Maryland 5 times, Florida twice, Virginia a bajillion. Which, I remember that was me. And I do think, I don't want to speak ill. I'm not speaking ill. I do think it has gotten a little bit out of hand. Price-wise. And I only say that because it costs, like, what? It costs, like, close to $3,000 to be on a club lacrosse team. Like, fees. And then you're talking, like, hotels, gas, food, all that other stuff. And then I think there's a tournament fee for each kid that you have to pay, if I'm remembering correctly. Which, I get it. You have to pay because people who are running the teams need to get paid, people who are running the tournaments need to get paid, and I totally understand that. And I'm not trying to bash on it. But this is where my gripe lies. My gripe lies in the fact that there are kids who could be so fantastic at lacrosse and want to be going to these tournaments where they are being heavily recruited, but can't because it's financially at a reach. And, like, long are the days where people used to show up at, like, your high school, and that was it. That was it. And I have some very fond memories playing club lacrosse. Those girls are my friends to this day. I love seeing them when I could see them. I just do think it, like, how much? How much is it now? Club lacrosse fees now. Mind if I Google real quick? Thank you, Gemini. Averages per age group. Yes, that is correct. Average fees up to or more of $3,500. Okay. I honestly thought it was going to be worse. Because I think... But then again, like I said before, you're taking in, like, hotels and stuff. And I always felt so bad for my mom. I was like, I know you don't want to be in a random town in Virginia right now where my cleats are melting off. I'm sweating. My eye black is everywhere, and I'm complaining the entire time. Because of how hot I am. Felt bad. I genuinely did. But I do think it did shape me into the person, but that did lead to my burnout, and that is a fact. That is a fact, because I was gone almost every other weekend, and then leading up to that, what is the date where they contact you? Was it September 1st? So at least for me, it was September 1st. Then you go on, like, all these recruiting and prospect days, and it just got to be, like, way too much for me. And maybe I didn't have my priorities straight at the time. And by maybe, I for sure didn't have my priorities straight at the time. I was upset I couldn't go out with my friends. And that's the fact. That is the fact. Am I proud of that? I don't really regret it. Because I was 17 years old. I wanted to be home and going out with my friends and being with my dogs and being with my family. Just how it was. And so after I was talking to some coaches after that date hit, I said to my mom, I was like, I don't think I could do this anymore. I'm so burned out. I'm so like, I don't know what it was, but I think it was like all the recruiting talk of like, because all my friends played too, of like who's talking to who and blah, blah, blah. And like, oh, I'm going here this weekend. But I think it just became like too much. And I mean, I'm saying this like you guys know, but newsflash, I have anxiety. At the time, I didn't know. So I think that also was a part of it. So obviously, I decided to not play, went to Ohio State as a regular student, realized I massively messed up, and started just emailing every school under the sun. Under the sun. And a lot of them wanted me to go there, transfer there, then try out. And I was like, no, 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 no. I'm like, that's the whole problem, that I'm not playing. If I transfer there and I don't get in, then I'm back to square one. You know? I ain't doing that. Sounds like a recipe for disaster. Absolutely not. So, UMass Lowell took a chance on me. How or why, I don't know. I don't know. Because at the time, I was what, like a year and a half with no live game reps? That's crazy. Because I'd never seen your season. Because it got canceled because of COVID. And then I didn't play summer lacrosse the year before that. So that's like 2 years. No live game reps. Thankfully, a lot of my friends played, so over winter break, I was like, I need you to shoot on me like every single day. And I shook some of the rust off, but I for sure wasn't all there. But yeah, that was crazy. I just think that there's a lot of different like fees and costs for all of that, and just like mentally taxing and physically tasking. And it's asking a lot out of parents too. Um, like they have jobs, you know? Like I feel like it's just turned into their job is like I just feel like you're asking so much. But I get it, and I think it's important for the growth of the game, and it does mimic somewhat, I say somewhat, of what you would be experiencing in college with how often you are moving around and what limited time you have. And it does weed people out. It weeded me out. That's a fact. I wasn't mentally ready for it at that time. And then I was. And I grew and now I'm fine. It's kind of a stretch. But like you know what I'm talking about. Switching gears. I'm officially a year removed from college athletics, or at least being a participant. I have been calling games, doing whatever on the side, but reflecting as a grad student after being an athlete for some time, I think the hardest transition was working out for me, honestly, which sounds like, I don't even want to say it sounds like so pick me, but it's true. Like, I was just absolutely struggling with, like, what type of workouts I should be doing. Like, should I be taking a class? Should I be running? Should I be lifting? Like, all that type of stuff. And it took me so long, and I don't know if anyone else can relate to this, to not feel like I didn't need to be pushing myself to my max out or be sprinting like I feel like I'm gonna pass out. Like, no one's watching me. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. I'm begging you. It's not that deep anymore, and it was never that deep. Never that deep. Okay? You gotta calm down. There's no reason for me to be in the gym deadlifting or trying to deadlift with no belt, no lifting shoes, what I used to deadlift in college. It's not gonna happen. Hang up the cleats. It's embarrassing. Work out like a normal person. How about? How about? I'm trying. I'm really trying. And I would be lying. I would be lying if I didn't say that sometimes when I go to the gym and I see someone around my age and they're lifting a little bit more than me, I do go pick up heavier dumbbells. I do. Because I need to prove to myself that I still can do it. Are they looking at me? Probably not. Probably not. I don't know if that's just a me thing or if I'm like overly competitive, but like, it's like stuff like that. And like, even seeing like athletes walking around campus when I was in grad school and I'm not anymore. And I see like the athletes like with their backpacks and I'm like, damn, that used to be me. But it's not though. It's not. So like, find a new personality? Maybe. Will I? No. Life goes on. Not for me though. What's that quote? I forget what that quote is. But I did try Pilates for the first time and I did think it was going to be harder than it was. It also was an entry level class, so maybe I should shut my mouth. But I did start getting into a better routine and like lifting like 5 days a week and like running also as well, but trying to not feel like someone's watching me and making sure I'm doing 150% every single time because I'm just going to hurt myself at this point. Like, my back's going to give out. I'm 23. I need to stop acting like I can deadlift 325 pounds. I can't. And when I did that, I almost passed out. So why are we trying to do that? It's absolutely not necessary. But I for sure am a weightlifting girly. I tried to do the whole Pilates thing. Don't think it was for me, personally. If it's for you, love that. Don't think it's for me. Was it? Oh, I remember what I was gonna say. Um, pro tip for any ex-college athlete and you have like an abundance of stuff in your garage, right? And usually it's like I don't have any younger siblings, so if I did, obviously it would just go to them, but I don't. Um, and I gave some stuff to my cousins, but I still had like a decent amount of stuff that's just like accumulated over the years. And there's at least on Long Island, I think I don't know if is this nationwide. I might be being a Long Island snob right now. Lady on Sports, just any secondhand sports store. If you go in there, you could sell your equipment to them, and they'll just like give you cash as store credit. Obviously, I do it with cash. Um, and it's obviously not a ton. It doesn't match the exact retail price. You're not going to get like $200 for a helmet. That like no, but for someone just getting out of college, that was so nice to just have before going into grad school. Granted, it wasn't, I'm not like talking, it was like a boatload here. Obviously not, but it was something. For sure used it that Friday and Saturday, but it like was helpful to have. So do that. Is play There has to be multiple secondhand sports stores. Plant. Oh my god, ant. Wait, now I feel bad. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. You didn't mean to crawl past my paper. I'm so sorry. Okay. Moving on. Locations. Oh. No, it's like a nationwide thing, but it's not like a Dick's Sporting Goods. They've got multiple locations. But okay, play it again. I thought you were just like a teeny tiny little thing. Love that for you. Anyway, go there if you want to do that. Okay. Well, I do have some big news on my end. I am going to work with a news station coming up covering the Patriots training camp. It's for a station in Providence. I'm very, very excited. I'll keep you guys updated on that. And then I'll be applying for jobs. Scary stuff. It's almost like you gotta hang up the cleats and grow up. Even when you don't want to. It's very unfortunate. But once again, thank you guys so much for listening. Like I said earlier, I did launch a website to make it more accessible for you. Accessible would be the correct word for you guys. You can go there, multiple links, and you could contact me via that or just DM me any questions or topics you want me to do solo. Or if you want to be a guest on the pod or someone you think that I should reach out to, feel free to do so. And that's been it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a good afternoon or evening or morning.